I begin with the name of gracious God, the merciful, the beneficent. Hi dear students, I am Sir Jahangir. Today we are going to start our 39th lecture of second year English. The 39th lecture of second year English. As far as our syllabus is concerned, in paper pattern, there is a question of comprehension and precis writing. Right, comprehension and precis writing. So this question, comprehension and precis writing, is very much important question, not only in our syllabus, in our second year question paper, but also there are so many exams, there are so many entry tests, there are so many competitive exams. Even if you have to go abroad and this IELTS test, in IELTS test there is also a type of comprehension of precis writing. It means that a paragraph will be there, and from that paragraph there will be some questions. You will have to answer these questions, and this portion to answer the question from the paragraph, it is called comprehension. That how you are comprehending. Comprehension means understanding. Whether you are understanding the paragraph properly, this is showing that comprehension. You are comprehending, you are understanding the paragraph properly, it's comprehension. And what is precis? Precis means to short the paragraph. Precis is basically a French word, and in English it is called precise, and it's called precise. Precise means short and brief. Normally in books it is said that, the teacher said that it should be 1/3. Okay, it should be 1/3, but it's not so much hard and fast that you will have to count the words and just remain stick to those words. No, just try to write your all important points mentioned in the paragraph and in a very much coherent way. They should not be dislinked. Okay, they should be in such an ordered way as these words, these points are in the actual paragraph. So write down them in a proper way, in that ordered, the order which was followed in the paragraph. Okay, so now we are today going to practice this thing, and this question I often say that is not such a thing that you will have to work so hard. It's a very simple question. Just practice few paragraphs and you can do this thing, right? And here if you practice later on, it will help you in your later classes, in your many other exams. It will be there. Okay, so come towards this question. I have a paragraph, and you can see this paragraph on the screen, and first I read the paragraph, the questions, and then we'll find the questions answers from the paragraph. Now see the paragraph on the screen. On the screen, the chief causes of large scale violence are love of power, competition, hate and fear. Love of power will have no national outlet. When all civil military force is concentrated means confined in the international army. So if there is an international army, the love of power will be over. Competition will be effectively regulated by law. So competition should be regulated by law and mitigated. Mitigate means decrease by government control. Fear in the acute form in which we know it. Fear in its acute form will disappear. It is also not more present when war is no longer to be expected, if there is no war. There means hate and malevolence. Malevolence means also hate. This has a deep hold on human nature. So these things are having a very deep hold on human nature. The wide diffusion means spreading off. The spreading of malevolence is one of the most unfortunate things in human nature. So the hate is a very much bad phenomena of human life. And it must be lessened. Lessened means decreased. It should also be minimized. It should also be eradicated. If a world state is to be stable, if there is a world state, if there will be world government, there will be no fear of war, there will be no hate. It can be lessened and very quickly. If peace becomes secure, and when these four things will be no more present, then the peace comes. And when the peace comes, there will be a rapid increase of material prosperity. There is an increase of material prosperity. And this trend more than anything else to provide a mood of kindly feelings, and then there will be kindly feelings. Or very much coherent that first is told us 4 things which create anarchy, disorder in society, violence in society. These 4 things how to control, he told us. And then he said, okay, after controlling these 4 things, there will be peace. If there will be peace, then there will be material prosperity. If there will be material prosperity, then there will be kindly feelings. It means the kindly feelings are linked with the material prosperity. Consider the immense, he's giving example to prove his point of view. He says, consider the immense diminution of cruelty in Britain. So you just see that there's a big decrease of cruelty in Britain during the Victorian age. Victorian age means 19th century. This was mainly due to rapidly increasing wealth in all classes, because at the time there was material prosperity. I think we may confidently expect a similar effect through the world owing to the increased wealth. So here what the writer is stressing, writer says that, okay, how can we maintain, how can we bring peace, and how can we bring good feelings? Why people hate each other? Because of when we have low financial status, right? And due to low financial status, we feel irritation, we feel a lot of disturbance, and then there will be no kindly feelings. I think we may confidently express similar effect through the world owing to the increased wealth that will result from the elimination of war. So then there will be no war if we eliminate, because the big chunk, the big portion of our material prosperity is used for war. So if there is no war, we can use those resources for the uplift of humanity, and in this way there will be good feelings. A great deal is to be hoped from a change in propaganda, and one more thing, that there should be change in propaganda. Nationalist propaganda in any violent form will have to be illegal. So there should not be any nationalist propaganda. And children in school will not be taught to hate and despise. Despise also means hate foreign nations. So children in school should not be hated, should not be taught to hate foreign nations, right? Because if in schooling students are taught to hate foreign nations, when these students grow up, they become adult human beings, it becomes then difficult for them to remove those feelings of hatred for the other nations. And ultimately what happens that there is enmity, there is war, no elimination of war. No one can understand that wars are not good things. I don't say wars are very much good things for survival. Okay, now see here, first pay attention to what the questions. What are the chief causes of large-scale violence in the world? What are the chief causes? Okay, the chief causes in the very first line, instead of just writing word for word, you may change your words a little bit so that it seems that you have created something. You may say that the main causes of violence in the world are love of power, competition, hate and fear. Clear? So you may write that the main causes of violence in the world are love of power, competition, hate and fear. Next, how can hate be lessened? Okay, the next question, how can hate be lessened? Look here, what is, he said that, okay, hate, it must be lessened if a word state is to be stable. Clear? So what he says, you may write that if a word state is to be stable, there will be less hate, or at all no hate. Okay, so no need to write answer so lengthy, just to try to what you can say it within the words, right, in fewer words try to give more impact. So hate can be decreased if there is word state or stable word state. Next, how can material prosperity be achieved? Okay, material prosperity, how can be achieved? What do you say that it can be achieved? You can say that material prosperity can be achieved if there is more peace. Okay, what he said, if there is more peace, material prosperity can be achieved. How national propaganda be controlled? Now, just the bottom. How national propaganda can be controlled? Okay, now what he said that national propaganda can be controlled if children will not be taught to hate foreign nations. If children will not be taught to hate foreign nations. So this answering of these 4 questions is called comprehension. Just in one sentence try to give answer. No need to make your answer very lengthy. Okay. Now suggest a title for the passage. The title should not be so much lengthy. Within 3, 4 or hardly 5 words, write your title. So what the title should be here? Your title can be violence and how to eradicate, or how to eradicate violence. How to eradicate violence. All right. So rather, violence dash a big curse. Understand? Okay, now come toward the press writing. Press writing, what I told you, that it should be within the words, 1/3 words. But the main thing is that your answer must be correct. Your precis must be correct as far as grammatical structure is concerned. There shouldn't be any grammatical mistake, and try to write especially those main points which are asked in the questions. Now see here. I'm going to say the precis, okay? The main causes of violence are love of power, competition, hate, and fear. Full stop. Love of power will end when there is an international army. When there is an international army, competition is decreased by government control. Fear disappears. Fear disappears if there is no war. Fear disappears if there is no war. And hate is lessened if a world state is stable. If world state is stable, it can bring peace. It can bring peace. It can bring peace, which increases material prosperity, and provides kindly feelings. As was in Victorian age. In Britain. Full stop. Further, nationalist propaganda should be illegal, and children should not be taught to hate foreign nations. So all these main points I have told, okay, right? The main thing is that your things must be coherent, and all the important points you should write. There should not be any grammatical mistake, and focus on the main points. No spelling mistake should be. So this is the way of writing. And further, you should not give your any suggestion. Don't express your feelings or ideas while writing. And if there is a first person pronoun, you will change first person pronoun in third person pronoun. So this question just needs practice. Practice it more and you will learn it more. Thank you, class.